Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I am Ashfaq and today we will create complete CI/CD project using Jenkins, Maven and the Apache Tomcat server. Let's get started. I will go to browser and I have logged into my AWS console. I will go to launch instances. I will give the name Jenkins server. I will select the Amazon Linux and AMI I will select Amazon Linux 2. I'm already having one key pair. Launch instance. So instance is running. I will copy the public IP. I will open the mobile system session SSH. I will give the public IP username AC2-user advanced use private key. I will provide my private key. Okay, so I'm logged in. I will go to root. If you go to this URL, the complete steps have been mentioned for the installation of Jenkins. First of all, I will do the yum update. Then I will download this repo. I will now download this key. I will now do the yum upgrade. I will now install the EPEL. Yes. I will now install the OpenJDK 11. I will now install the Java 11. Now I will go ahead and install the Jenkins. I will give this command, and this command will actually enable the Jenkins service to start at every boot. I will now start the Jenkins service. Okay, Jenkins service has been started. If I give the command java version, so you can see here JDK is installed in the system. And if I give the command java version, so Java also is available in our server. So Jenkins is also running in our server. I will now go ahead and change the hostname of this server. Jenkins server. I want to keep this hostname to the server. I will go to cd etc. I will open the hostname file and I will give the hostname which I want to provide to this server. I have changed the hostname of this server, so I need to reboot this server. Okay, so server is rebooting. Meanwhile, I will go to my EC2 instance security. Actually, the Jenkins works on the port 8080. So in the security group, I will allow the port 8080. Edit inbound rule, add rule 8080 anywhere, save rule. I will go to mobile system and press R. So server has been rebooted. I will copy the public IP address of my EC2 instance and I will browse it with port 8080 on the new tab. In the server, I will go to this path. I will go to root first and I will go to this path. I will copy this password. I will provide it here. Continue. Install suggested plugins. I will provide my username. cloud user. I will set the password. I will confirm the password. Cloud user. I will provide here my email address. 7 continue. 7 finish. Start using Jenkins. So here we have completed the Jenkins setup on our EC2 instance. In the previous section of the video, we have set up our Jenkins server, and on the same server we will be configuring the Maven also. So I will go to remote terminal of my Jenkins server, and you can go to this download link of the Maven and copy the path of the tar.gz file. I will go to root first. So I'm inside the root now. I will go to /opt folder, and I will give here the command wget and the copied path. If I do the ls, so this is the tar.gz file which has been downloaded. I will extract this file. So this is the folder which has been extracted from the tar.gz file. For simplicity, I will move this folder to the Maven folder. I will go to Maven folder. So these are the content of the Maven folder. If I go to cd bin folder, if I give here the command /mvn -v, so it is showing the Maven version. But if I go outside the bin folder and if I give the same command, so it is not showing the output. So to run the Maven from anywhere on the server, we need to set up the environment variables. For that, I will first go to root home directory. So I am inside the root. If I do the ll-a, so these are the files here. So we have to edit this file .bash underscore profile. I will open this file, and below the fi I will give two path m2 underscore home equal to slash opt slash maven, which is the path for the maven, and m2 equal to slash opt slash maven slash bin. This is the path of the binary folder for the maven. And below this I will give java underscore home equal to, so to get the java path I will duplicate this tab and I will give this command. So this is the path of the java in our system. So I will copy this path and I will go back to dot bash underscore profile file and I will paste the path here, userlib jvm and java 11, and here path equal to dollar path colon dollar home slash bin. Here I will give the colon at the end and I will provide this. So this is the path for the java and this is the maven home directory and this is the binary folder for the maven. I will save this file. Now if I give the command echo dollar path, so still it is not showing the path for the maven and the java. So I will give the command source dot bash underscore profile, which will save the changes made to dot bash underscore profile. Now if I give the command echo dollar path, now it is showing the complete path for the java also, for the maven also, and for the binary folder of the maven also. Now I'm not in the bin directory of the maven, I'm inside the root. If I give here the command mvn -v, I'm able to get the uh, output of this command. Now I can run this command anywhere. I can run the maven from anywhere on the server. In the previous section of the video, we have set up the maven, we have configured the maven on the server, on the same server on which we have our Jenkins. Now we have to install the Jenkins, Maven plugin on the Jenkins, and then we need to configure the Jenkins for the Maven. I will go to my EC2 instance. I will copy the public IP and I will go to Jenkins dashboard. I will go to manage Jenkins, plugins, available plugins. I will search here Maven integration. This is the plugin which we want to install. I will select this plugin and I will tick here on install without restart. So it has installed the dependencies. I will go back to home. I will again go to manage Jenkins. The plugin has been installed for the Maven. Now we need to configure that plugin. So I'm under the manage Jenkins. I will go to tools. So under the JDK, I will click on add JDK. Name I will give here Java 11, and Java home path we need to give. So this is the home path for the Java. usrlib jvn Java. This is the actual path, and same we have given in the .bash underscore profile also. So I will give here the path. Ignore this message, and now I will go to Maven, and under the Maven installation I will click on add Maven, and I will give here the name Maven, and I will untick this because it was not installed automatically. We have installed the Maven, and the path for the Maven is slash opt slash Maven. So I will click on apply and I will click on save. Okay, now under the manage Jenkins, I will go to plugins, install plugins. I will search here GitHub. So I will disable this plugin and I will enable this one, GitHub plugin. It is asking me to restart. I will click here. Jenkins service is restarting. Meanwhile, I will go to server and I will install the Git here. I will go to Jenkins GUI. I will log in again. Actually, we now want to create one test project and we want to test the build. So I will click on new item. I will give the name test Maven build, and I will click here on Maven project. Okay. So description I will provide. Source code I will select Git, and this is the Git repository which we will test here. So I will copy the Git repo and I will provide it here. Credentials none, branches, this is the main branch. So I will give here main, and the under the build root pom equal will be pom.xml. Goals and option I will give clean install. I will click on apply and save. I will click on build now. So build has started. So build successful, and this is the log of all the steps for the build job. It downloads all the dependencies for the build. If I go to uh, our project, our job, and under the job if I go to workspace, web app, target, and under the target folder you can see webapp.war. This is the build file, final build file of this build process, webapp.war. Till now we have configured the Jenkins and the Maven. Now we need to create the Docker host, and we need to integrate the Docker with the Jenkins. So I will go to my console. I will create the separate EC2 instance to host the Docker. Launch instance. I will give the name Docker host. This time I will select Ubuntu, and key pair I will select proceed without a key pair, because I am going to enable the username and password authentication for this Docker host, because we are going to configure the username and password in the Jenkins for the connectivity between Jenkins and the Docker host. launch instance. I will select Docker host and connect. Cd etc ssh. I will open this file. I will do the password authentication. Yes. I will save and close this file. I will restart the SSH service. Now I will set the password for my username. I will copy the public IP. I will go to terminal, session SSH. I will provide the public IP. I will provide the username Ubuntu. Okay. I will provide the password. No. I will go ahead and install the Docker in my newly created host. First of all, I will do the update, system update. I will install the Docker. Yes. This command will give the complete access to my username Ubuntu on the Docker. This is necessary because we are going to use this username Ubuntu to integrate the Jenkins with the Docker. Now I need to change the host name of my Docker host. I will open this file and I will provide here my host name. I will now go ahead and reboot my system. System is rebooting. Meanwhile, I will go to AWS console and I will allow the port 8086 in the security group of the Docker host, because my container would be running on the port 8086. Edit inbound rule, add rule 8086, anywhere, save rule. I will press R to reconnect. I will now provide the full access on the /opt directory to the Ubuntu user. And inside the opt folder, I will create one new directory called Docker. Because this directory we will use to save the Docker file, and we will push the image from the Jenkins to this folder. So our user Ubuntu should have all the rights on this directory. Okay, now I will go to Jenkins dashboard, and I will install the first new plugin, and then I will configure that plugin. I will go to manage Jenkins. Under system configuration, I will go to systems, and under this option publish over SSH, I will remove the previously added server, and under the SSH servers I will click on add. Name I will provide Docker host. Hostname I will provide the public IP address of the Docker host. Username I will provide Ubuntu, and I will click on advanced, and I will tick here use password authentication. I will provide the password, I will click on apply, and I will click on test configuration. So the connection test is successful. I will click on save. I will go to new item. I will give the name, build, copy, deploy to Docker host. I will select Maven project. OK. Description I will provide here. Git, I will provide my repository. This is my GitHub repository. Branch, main. I will tick here poll SCM. Schedule I will provide every minute. So every minute it will actually check this repository, and if there is any change on this repository, it will trigger the build and deploy process. And the main thing regarding this schedule is it will only check this repository, not the complete GitHub account. Build pom.xml, goals and options I will provide clean install. Post build actions, I will go to add post build action, and I will select this send build artifact or SSH. Remote server, this is the remote server which we had added in the previous step. Source file, I will provide the path of the source file. Remove prefix, so this is my prefix. Remote directory, so I will provide the remote directory. /opt/docker. This double slash is important, then only it will copy the artifact to the /opt/docker directory. If we give the single slash, it will copy the artifacts to the home directory of the user, which is Ubuntu. Exec command I will leave blank as of now. I will click on apply and save, and it should trigger the build due to poll SCM schedule. So it has started the build automatically. Okay, so build and push completed. If I go to workspace, web app, target, so you can see here this is our build file. And if I go to Docker host, and if I go to /opt/docker and check here, so the artifact has been pushed from the Jenkins to the Docker host. I will go to Docker host and I'm inside the slash opt slash docker directory. I will create here the Docker file and I will give the steps inside the Docker file. From Tomcat latest, it will it will pull the Tomcat image from the hub.docker.com, and then it will run this command to copy the content inside the web apps folder of the Tomcat image. Then it will copy the .var file which is present in the Docker directory to the web apps directory of the Tomcat image. And this .var file was pushed from the Jenkins. I will save this file. So in the Docker folder now we have the web app.var file which was pushed from the Jenkins, and we have the Docker file. I will now go ahead and build the image out of this Docker file. Docker build -t, this should be the name of the image web app, and tag would be v1. Okay, so image created successfully. If I give the command docker images, so our image is present here. I will now go ahead and run the container using this image. I will give the command to run the container docker run -d -f name. This would be the name of our container register app -p 8086. This would be the external port of our container, and this is the internal port 8080, and this is the image which we have created. I will hit enter. So container created. If I give the command docker ps, so our container is running now, which was created 9 seconds ago. I will now copy the public IP of the docker host, and I will browse it with the port 8086, because the external port of our container is port 8086. So this is the home page of the Apache, and if I give the slash web app, so this is our application running. I will go to Jenkins dashboard, and I will go to my job. I will go to configure, and I will go to post build action. So these were the post build action on our job, which is the send build artifact or SSH. So we had kept the exec command space blank. Now I will go ahead and add the command there to build the image and to run the container. So the first command will actually build the image, and the second command will actually run the container using that image. If I give these two commands, so there would be one problem, because we are already having one container with the name register app running on our Docker host, and each time this job runs, it will create the app container with the same app, and there cannot be the same name with the for the multiple containers. So deploy will fail and our job will fail. So to overcome this problem with the execution of commands, I will add two more commands above the run command. So the first command will build the image, and then second command will stop the container with the name register app, and the third command will remove that container, and after that the fourth command will build the run the container with the same name register app. I will now click on apply, then save. To verify the CI/CD pipeline, I will go to my GitHub repository, and I will go to edit readme file, and I will add here some text. I will do the commit changes, and if I go to my Jenkins job should trigger within a minute. Job has triggered automatically. I will close the app because it may fail the job. So job completed successfully, and these were the steps taken during the job. I will copy the public IP of the Docker host, and I will browse it with the port 8086. So this is the Tomcat homepage. If I give the slash web app, so my application is running. And if I go to Docker host and do the Docker ps, so this is the recent container created before the 55 second. By this way you can set up the Jenkins, and you can configure the Maven to build the artifact and push that artifact to the Docker host, and on the Docker host you can build the image and then run the container using that image, and complete process you can set up automatically. The complete CI/CD will happen in complete automated way. You can fork my repository and create your own branch, and you can practice the complete project. If you face any difficulty, you can ask me in the comment section. I will be happy to help you. Hope you find this video helpful. Lot of effort went behind this video, so do subscribe to my channel to encourage my work. Like the video, share it with the friends and spread the knowledge. I look forward you to join me in the next video. Thank you.